then we'll get ready for next week. So should be a lot of fun. Should go pretty fast. You're going to get a tour of Capital Factory. You all get memberships here, so you get to see kind of how that works. And we'll go from there. So to start off, we're going to do a little exercise. Hopefully, so everyone, please grab a little bag of Legos. And raise your hand if you don't have a bag of Legos. We have extra Legos. I'll get one. Scott, do you have some Legos? You can play. TJ, you need some Legos. I don't know, you guys are slacking, dude. All right, everybody get some Legos. And we're gonna do this. We're gonna build ducks. Has anybody done this before? You have, Marcus. You have. Okay, so don't give away any secrets. All right, so everyone has Legos. Everyone has the same Legos, and this is just a little bit of an icebreaker, a little bit of an innovation exercise. But what I'm going to ask you to do is no cheating. Don't look at anybody else, and your job is to build a duck. There are no other rules, so please take however much time you need, probably a minute or two. And don't look at anybody else's, and make a duck. You can make a duck. Make a duck. Alexis, have you ever made a duck? You should make a duck. No pressure, but maybe like another minute or two.
Is this going to be part of the grade?
This is not graded. Another minute. Oh, and just don't look at anybody else's ducks. Does anybody need more time? You're just about there. Okay, now look at the other ducks at your table. You can hold your duck up in front or put them out. Does anybody have the same ducks at the same table? They don't have to build the exact same duck. All right. Now, everyone hold your duck up in the air and look around. Does anyone see ducks that look close to yours? Who has the closest? See if you can find the ducks that are the closest. Did anybody build the exact same duck? Different pieces. Were you cheating? You did not look. You just happened to be sitting right next to each other. All right. We got two that are pretty much the same. Any others that are similar? What's?
No.
Oh, it's slightly different. You had an extra piece. Oh no, you took the feet. You took the bottom piece out. There you go. Right. All right. So, all right. There's a start. So, well, how many pieces do you have? 6 Lego pieces. There's like 40 people here, so like lots of different ways to solve the problem, lots of possibilities. Interestingly, like not 2 people built the same duck, not many people. You guys get a prize here. You each get $100 for. You get the matching prize. Okay? So there's your prizes for getting the same duck. But nobody else got the same duck. Now any second tries, did you get the same duck? No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so did anybody? First of all, did anybody build the duck? Is everyone's pieces right side up? Did anyone build them with the pieces upside down? No. Why did you not build them with the pieces upside down? What, they wouldn't connect to each other? Well, I mean, if they're all upside down, they would. Right? Because Legos are supposed to go right side up? Yeah, there's an expectation. Anybody else? Yeah, so we all know Legos go right side up. There's a rule. Legos go right side up, right? So, but I told you there were no rules. And so I'm not saying they're better upside down or right side up or whichever way, but 40 of you all made 39 or 38 different Legos, and none of them were upside down, right? And so I think just as an analogy, and you look at all the different startups that we see and the things that they're doing and the ways that they break the rules and change the rules, a lot of them realize that everybody's building with the Legos right side up. But there's actually no rule anywhere that says the Legos have to be right side up. And so just, it's a good example of just, looking out there for what rules are really rules and what things that, really constrain you and what things you can question. All right, so that's just a quick little intro. For now, next up, you guys are all going to introduce yourselves. There aren't that many of you, so it should go pretty fast. And so maybe we'll probably just do it table by table. If I could call on you guys first, so just come line up over here. And I'm going to ask you to give your personal pitch. So this is not your startup pitch, but this is a small group of people. We're all going to know each other pretty well over the course of the semester. So this is how you're all going to get to know each other. So what is your name? Where are you from? What are you studying? What are you good at? What are you passionate about? Is there one more? Any other startup experience? I think that's it. Yeah. Okay. Those are your quick things to run through, and we'll just fire through everybody coming through. Okay. You ready?
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Nicole. I'm from Sugar Land, Texas. I'm studying computational biology. I'm a sophomore, and I'd say I'm pretty good at motivating other people and getting people excited about things. Any startup skills, teamwork, communication, hopefully they say yes to. And then I'm passionate about healthcare, and then the intersection between health tech and healthcare. And then I don't have any other startup experience.
That was perfect. All right, and then we clap. We stole this from Techstars. We steal lots of things. This is how we clap. So whenever someone does a pitch or something like that, it's just one clap. And I always say this and then I forget to do it. So I'm going to put Isha in charge of clapping. Isha's our TA. So the clap is, you watch her. It's just one clap. Ready? But I'll do it. I'll show you the example. But everybody, Marcus knows the clap. Ready? That was a poor start, but it was the basic idea. Ready? Let's try it one more time. That was better. One last. All right, so that's like the boom, go. See if she gets it. All right, you're up next.
No do-overs. No do-overs ever again.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, I'm Shiv. I'm also from Sugarland. I'm studying CS and neuroscience. I'm good at coding. I'm also just an extremely hard worker, I think. And I'm passionate also about the intersection of AI and healthcare. I have some previous experience in various healthcare startups as well.
Awesome. All right, better next time.
Hi, my name is Harish. I'm from Southern California. I'm an informatics major. I'm in my second year, and my main side was a mainly developer, especially to do back-end work and server-side work. Passionate about I like AI ML, working with AI ML, different models. And startup experience, I worked for 2 startups over the summer, and then I had like small businesses throughout, throughout my life. Sort of throughout this campus.
Awesome.
Hello, my name is Jonathan. I'm from Katy, Texas. I'm a first-year student of CS. I'd say I'm pretty good at maintaining my coding standard. Startup skills, I think I'm a pretty hard worker. Passionate about just general studying of CS, and I've worked at one other startup before.
Awesome.
Hello, My name is Clint. I'm from Missouri City, Texas, or also Sugar Land, in the same school as them. I'm studying CS and I'm a sophomore. What am I good at? I would say the best thing I'm good at is talking to people, or more of like understanding what needs to come from each person on the team to make sure we have a successful product in a certain amount of time. Any startup skills, operations, because that's what I'm currently doing. What am I passionate about? I would say just making the biggest impact I can on my current community, in my community back home in Africa, and any other startup experience. I wouldn't say much.
Great.
Hi, my name is Bursto. I am from San Antonio, Texas, and I'm studying computer science, and currently I'm a junior. I'm pretty good at the technical side and working on communicating with different people, even though my voice is dead right now. And I'm very passionate about taking very complicated problems and trying to present them simply and easy for people to work with. I have other startup experience. I'm working currently with like an influencer group, working on different products.
Hey guys, my name is Shreyan. I'm from Cypress, Texas. It's a suburb of Houston. Currently studying finance with a minor in computer science, and I'm a sophomore here at UT. Something I'm good at, I would also say probably communicating and delegating. Startup skills, probably the same, communication mainly. What I'm passionate about, I really like fintech and the combination of that, and then any startup experience. I worked at a startup 2 summers ago as an internship.
Hello, my name is Harshit, but you guys can call me Harsh. I'm from Katy, Texas as well. I'm studying comp sci. I'm the second year, so sophomore. I guess I'm good at like comp sci. I mean, I feel like if you're a computer science major, you should be good at it. Any startup skills, I think, kind of like understanding the market before you attack something, because you don't want to waste like a lot of time and effort on something you don't need. What are you passionate about? I love music and I like to DJ. But okay, I'm joking. But I'm passionate. Obviously,
Wait, you don't like it?
I do like it, but I haven't
got
gotten
fair
any.
game. That's good.
Yeah, I haven't got any clients yet for the DJ part.
Yeah.
So other than that, I'm passionate about like making money. I'm making a name for myself, and then any other startup experience. I worked on an app called UT Awesome Dining, and we're getting acquired by UT. But other than that, that's about it. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Sankarsh. I'm also from Katy, Texas. I'm studying computer science as well as sophomore. I'm good at learning what needs to be learned and spreading myself as wide as I can to apply my skills as best as I can. And again, that counts towards my startup skills as well, but other than that, nothing in specific, I guess, communication. What I'm passionate about is, again, learning as much as I can. I try to like be as broad as possible in my skills. And in other startup experience, I interned like a small company, but it's like 5-6 years old, so I guess it counts, a couple summers ago.
Hey guys, my name is Avnish Shopee. I'm currently from Cypress or Houston, Texas. I'm currently a CS major and a sophomore right now. What are you good at? I think I'm really good at taking opportunity or taking advantage of any opportunity that comes my way. By working really hard to make sure I do my best at that opportunity. What I'm really passionate about is in nature. A couple summers ago, I hiked like about 100 miles over the past 2 weeks. It was a really interesting experience. And this is probably the first startup experience I've worked on. I did a couple of internships in the past, but this is the first time I'm really building a startup with my team.
Hello, I'm Ben, and I'm from Cypress, Texas, near Houston. I studied computer science. I'm graduated now. I'm in the master's program, and then I'm good at coding, like most people here, I guess. And then for startup skills, maybe like good at iterating fast, moving fast. And then I'm passionate about AI and machine learning. And then other startup experience. I spent a couple months like on an ed tech startup, but didn't go too long in that. So.
Hey, my name is Rambod. I did my PhD at UT Austin a while ago. It's been a couple of years since I graduated. Now I work at Apple as a mechanical engineer. That's what I studied at UT too. At the startups, I would say similar to you, I'm like really keen on learning new skills, so that keeps me going. And I did a startup when I was back at UT with Josh. It kind of failed when COVID happened, but I'm excited to make a different result this time. Definitely passionate about this whole thing, startups and doing my own thing.
Awesome, great to see you back.
Hi, my name is Avis. I'm from Carrollton, Texas. I'm studying CS and I'm minoring in statistics and data science. What am I good at? I'm good at back-end development. My startup skills, well, I'm good at breaking things, but I'm also good at fixing things. And I'm passionate about ML, AI, statistics, and any other startup experience. I think all my startups have failed at ideation stage so far, and this is my favorite one so far though.
Hi, my name is Harrison Nguyen. I'm from Dallas, Texas. I'm currently studying computer science as a sophomore. What am I good at? I'm good at making plans and staying organized, but also staying flexible because most of the times plans don't go the way I want them to. I'm passionate about just like creating things that make my life and other people's lives easier, even like if it's code or not code, you know, like physical things. And I don't have any startup experience.
Hi everyone, my name is Akriti and I'm from Punjab, India. I'm studying psychology and business analytics and I'm a senior right now. I'm good at being a generalist, like whatever needs to be learned for my startup to succeed. I'm good at picking it up quickly and just like diving deep into it. I'm really passionate about mental health and psychology, and I've had a few internships at other startups, but that's about it.
Hello, my name is Ivy. I'm originally from China, but I've been in Austin for a little bit since high school. I'm currently studying computational biology, and I'm a junior. I guess I'm good at learning and also being creative, like brainstorming and just like making things fun in general. I'm passionate about biotech and also other companies like cooking. I'm passionate about food as well. In terms of startup experience, this is my first startup. I've competed in one pitch competition with Nicole, actually.
Hey guys, my name is Baba from Mariah, and I go by Vi. I'm originally from Frisco, Texas, and I'm studying economics, and I'm a sophomore. What am I good at? I'm very persistent. I don't have necessarily a lot of technical skills, but I know how to like develop a team around it. What am I passionate about? I'm really passionate about like biotech or health tech, and any startup experience. I've only been in like one startup, which was the one I've been doing right now, and we just participate in like a few accelerator programs. So that's it.
Hey, my name is Henry. I'm from Houston, Texas. I'm in CSB. For those that you don't know, that's computer science and business. I'm good at coding and I'm good at delegating. I'm passionate about music. That's not a joke. And I have some startup experience in the music technology space and the blockchain space.
What's up guys, I'm Will. I'm from Frisco, Texas. I'm also a second year here. I'm studying computer science and business, also in CSB honors. And what I'm good at, I consider myself decently good at it's like reading research papers, specifically in AI, and then putting that into practice. And I'm really passionate about one, building our startup, and two, really just building something that's really cool and making a difference. Mainly different from like everything else that's on the market. And I'm currently building our first startup with my co-founders. So yeah, excited to be here with y'all.
Hi all, I'm Ian. I'm from Sugar Land, Texas. I'm studying computer science and business honors here at UT. I'm a sophomore. I'd say I'm good at front-end engineering, specifically in startup skill-wise. I'd say communicating with users and just understanding what they really want. Passionate about baking and I'd say design. And then other startup experience, I interned at a tech startup this past summer.
Hi, my name is Nor. I'm from Sugar Land, Texas as well, and I am currently studying computer science. I am a sophomore, and I'm particularly good at getting boring work done. Startup skill-wise, I'm doing back-end stuff. And for passions, I like to play volleyball, and I like to code in my free time. And other startup experience, in high school, I did a lot of small businesses.
Awesome. Did we miss any students? All right, Isha RTA, you want to go next?
Hi y'all, my name is Isha Taneja. I'm a junior ECE major. I'm good at, I think I've got communication skills, collaborative skills. I'm excited to work with all of y'all, so please don't hesitate to come to me for anything you may need. And yeah, well, I look forward to working with all of you.
All right, awesome. And we've got 3 mentors here today. Most of the mentors are going to be coming next week, but some just came early because they're so excited. And I think Marcus isn't going to be able to make it next week. So if you remember, our mentor intro is along the lines of, it's kind of similar, but it's like, who are you? What are you famous for? Like, what do most people know you for? Like, you all have something that you've done with the business you've been involved in or something like that. And kind of similarly, like, what are you really passionate about or interested in? And if it hasn't already clearly come out at that point, like, what are the kind of things you could be helpful with, what they might come talk to you about. So, TJ, can I ask you to go first?
Hey everybody, I'm really excited to meet y'all. I would just say before we jump in, I've already heard and seen a lot of great things in y'all that are going to help you with your entrepreneurial path. Flexibility, intellectual curiosity. You learned how to coordinate and collab together. Although the level of difficulty is going to go up from here. But those are honestly the helping solve problems. Changing direction. Those are all things that are going to serve you really, really well. And I don't think you always find those skills and traits across the general student body. So I'd love to hear it, and you're already off to a great start. My background is long. I'll try to keep it short because I'm old. And I was went to Notre Dame. Was really hoping to see a UT Notre Dame championship this coming Monday, which didn't work out, hopefully next year. I was a swimmer at Notre Dame, still really passionate about swimming. And by the way, if you didn't know it, UT has like basically the Olympic team in your pool. Like half that team is going to be in the Olympics next go around. I would encourage you all to go check it out. Went to Loyola in Chicago for law school, practiced in Chicago for several years as a litigator. And then one of my Notre Dame friends was starting hotwire.com in the first sort of .com run-up. So I quit the law job.
One of the first big travel sites.
Yeah, my
just
mom
in case
freaked out.
They may not use it.
Yeah, exactly. So I left to go help start up Hotwire, and we sold it to the parent company of Expedia about 3 years later, Barry Diller's company, ISC Interactive Corp. And I ended up staying on with them in a corporate role in finance and planning and strategy for about 4 more years. We had 85 operating businesses, and we were like the 4th most trafficked internet site during that time frame. It's Match.com and Ticketmaster and Home Shopping Network and Lending Tree and so many of those. Then I went off, I became a first-time CEO at a company called Limos.com, and we were going after corporate limousine and car service. And then most recently I co-founded Turnkey Vacation Rentals with a buddy from the Hotwire days. He had moved here, and I just left there after 12 years. We help homeowners with vacation rentals, put it into Airbnb, VRBO, you name it, all the sites we distribute it, but also help the homeowner with care of the home, care of the guest, and keeping payment of taxes and so on. We developed a lot of IoT in that business. It was a market, most of all my experience has been in marketplaces, and we ended up selling to our largest competitor so that we could take it public, which we did about 3 years ago, and then I stayed on in a role there for about 3 years at the public company. I just left a couple months ago, and I'm working on two startups right now. One in AI to help companies keep their contracts organized and searchable.
Oh my God, we were just saying we need that. Literally, we're just having a conversation about this, that we need that.
Yeah.
That capital.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. Maybe our first customer. Always be closing. Always be closing. And then the other one is to help real estate agents do some short-term rental business through their network of clients, usually on the high end. So that's my pitch. I'm trying to see if I can pitch myself to work with any of y'all, and I look forward to the speed dating and working with you this semester.
Super glad you're here. Thanks for being here.
Thanks.
All right. You want to come on up? Scott's probably one of the first people I met in Austin 25 years ago.
And he didn't move away immediately after. But hey, Scott Francis, nice to meet you guys. Let's see, where I'm from is a little complicated, but I have been in Austin for 30 years, graduated from Stanford, and came down here, I thought, for maybe a year or two, and then 30 years later, I'm still here. Literally 94 is when I moved down here. And yeah, I met Josh when he was fresh out of school and running a startup on the side and working at Trilogy. So, it's a kind of crazy time to get to know each other. And yeah, there was a different dog back then. Yeah.
I did have another dog.
We won't talk about other
all the
dogs.
time.
Yeah, but Jasmine. Right?
Yeah. Oh, you have such a good memory.
Yeah, so, well, I guess I'm not studying or anything, but history, I worked at Trilogy back, I started when it was about 35 people. We rode the roller coaster up and down. You guys may not have heard of it, that's fine. All these companies kind of come and go. But I've stuck around in Austin. I got excited may be the wrong word. I got deep into business process technology and then got excited about process and kind of pivoted from thinking about process as administrative and bureaucratic kind of overhead to this enabling force that allows you to get shit done in a world where things are complicated. And so if you just think about processes being more like the double yellow line down the highway that keeps cars driving on the right side of the road, and then imagine what the highway looks like without any lines. Or if you've crossed a bridge in New York, you already know what that looks like. I started a company, BP3, back in 2007 and ran it for 17 years. Sold most of the company over the last 6 years to a couple different PE firms. And if you're ever curious about that journey, happy to share. But I've recently left, and now I think what I'm doing is selectively working, looking for the next thing to get excited about, and hopefully can work with some of you guys. And
awesome.
I will say about BP3, just for some background, we're a services firm around and work with various software companies. So I think in terms of our customer base, there are Fortune 500 companies, Wells Fargo, HSBC, Ford, just big, mostly massive companies. And so it may be helpful in terms of insight on.
And real quickly, what is business process? Just 2 sentences, but what is business process?
What is business process? So
business process.
The key innovation was sort of modeling your business process as a flow diagram, but then having that actually executable.
Like, what are the steps in a sale happening? What are the steps
so if you think about
a contract getting signed?
Sales process, every step in the sales process you want to model, or if someone's ordered a product from you, what are all the steps and the flow of that process in order to build and deliver and fulfill that order? And then, if you're someone like Dell or a consumer-focused or enterprise-focused company, you might also then consider your process to include what they now lovingly refer to as reverse logistics, which is the return process. So I've sold you this thing and I've delivered it. If something goes wrong or you don't like it or there's a return policy, then I need to manage getting everything back from you, crediting you appropriately based on all the equipment that comes back and whatnot. So
awesome.
All fun stuff.
Great. Thanks, Scott. All right. And Marcus? Last up. Think.
Hey, how y'all doing? I took notes because I'm getting old too. All right, cool. So my name's Marcus Carey, and I'm going to be a mentor to one of your teams. I'm not going to be here for speed date next week, right? So I'll be here the week after. I'm going to be in Tampa next week. So remember me, and I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I'm actually a pretty damn good mentor. The last two teams,
no competition, TJ.
Yeah, the last 2 times I was here, my team won. So I'm just telling y'all, that's facts.
They won the $25,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's $50,000 that I've helped teams
Yeah.
get. All right. So I'm from a small town called Marlin, Texas. It seems like everybody here is from Houston or Dallas, and we have a couple people not from Houston or Dallas. That blew my mind. I'm like, dang, everybody's running away from Houston and Dallas, huh? All right, I'm pretty famous in cybersecurity. If you like Google me, you'll see me pop up. I'm all over Amazon. I got a lot of books that I did. I did kids books. I did books for hackers. Professionally, I'm known as a hacker, and that's what I'm famous for. So I'm also pretty good. I'm pretty good at cybersecurity. I'm pretty damn good at AI and software development. All I do every day is work with LLMs now. For the last 3 years, I've been building cybersecurity agents, and these agents using a bunch of different models, and I've pretty much built my own internal OpenAI where I work at. So how I got here is I met Josh about 10 years ago. I started a company.
You are old.
Yeah, I'm aging like fine wine though. Black don't crack. So started a company here in the Capital Factory. I was very strategic, and I want you guys to be very strategic about what you did. There was in the Capital Factory. I walked around the Capital Factory. Josh used to actually sit with everybody else at the co-working desk, and I looked at Josh's desk, and nobody was sitting by Josh. I was like, why is nobody sitting over there? It's like, where do you want to sit at? I want to sit right by Josh Bear. And so I went over there. I didn't talk to Josh for probably the first month, and he probably was like, what is this guy doing? This guy, because everybody always bothers Josh. I can't lie. He's a celebrity. Every time he comes out, he has to hide. But this is what's crazy. This guy is in your network. This guy is probably one of the
You're supposed to be introducing yourself.
No, I'm introducing myself. This is part of the story. My story is I have a great relationship with Josh. Your story is you know Josh Barrett. People would pretty much kill themselves to meet Josh Barrett in Austin. I'm no cap. So and also all these amazing entrepreneurs, they're going to be mentoring y'all and visiting every week. Crazy situation, right? So I'm passionate about helping people learn, and that's what I'm trying to teach y'all. I'm trying to teach right now, right? I'm trying to teach y'all about y'all gotta embrace this opportunity, respect everybody, try to network with everybody, try to connect with everybody on LinkedIn while you're here. So super passionate about AI. I tell people when I was in the 3rd grade, this movie called War Games came out. Anybody seen War Games? That's required. If y'all AI people and you ain't seen War Games, we got problems. If you're an AI person, you gotta watch this movie. One of the most famous AI related movies ever, right?
The only way to win is not to play.
That's right. That's right. So it's the first big movie, one of the first big movies that talk about cybersecurity and AI in that context. And so it's golden for me. So passionate about AI. I'm passionate about some of these things. I got a lot of passions that are kind of taboo in the AI space. I love creating art with AI. I love creating music with AI. Recently, I've been doing a lot of music, like writing, then making music with AI. Also, I'm always famous for talking about books. I actually send Josh books all the time too, but everything I sent him, he's read or he knows the person. I'm like, damn, one of these days I'm gonna get somebody you ain't never read or know. So my favorite book at the moment is Fall in Love with the Problem, Not the Solution. That's the most important book that I think any startup can read. So it's Fall in Love with the Problem. Huh?
Is that the Waze founder? No?
Yeah. This is the best book I've ever seen on startups. Fall in Love with the Problem, Not the Solution. And if y'all talk to me and if I'm your mentor, we're gonna be talking a lot about that book. So what I'm good at is like I said, I was a solo founder. You all have look like y'all have teammates for the most part. I created everything related to my company when I first got into the Capital Factory. I did everything. I wrote the software, did the marketing, designed the logo, the whole nine. So I'm kind of a Renaissance man where I do a lot of stuff like that. So super passionate. I have a lot of different talents and skills. Like I said, I help. Even if you're not my team, ask me about cybersecurity. Ask me about backend stuff and how to secure it. I'm here to help out. And what's cool about this program, some of y'all, if definitely my team members or whatever, y'all can reach out to me years from now, and we're going to still be in the same network. And this is why I love doing this. And hopefully I get a 3-peat this year.
Awesome.
That's it. Thank you very much. And I'm going to see y'all soon.
Thank you very much. All right. So yeah, thank you all for getting up and presenting, introducing yourselves. I can tell that many of you hadn't necessarily given that same intro before, and you can tell as different people get up that Some people are more comfortable than others. For a lot of people, it's really intimidating to get up in front of a whole bunch of people and have to introduce themselves or talk about what you do. And that's a really important part of being in a startup. You gotta do this all the time, over and over and over again. And it's, whether you're convincing another team member to join your company, or you're convincing a customer that they should buy it, or you're convincing an investor that they should invest in you, you've gotta be able to talk about what you do. And there's different roles, so it's more important for some than for others, but it's a good thing for everybody to be able to do. And so one thing you are going to get out of this class is you're going to get a lot of practice doing that. Every week we're going to get up and you're going to talk to every single person, but every week every team is going to pitch their company over and over and over again. And you're going to get a lot of practice doing that, and you're going to get to try out different ways of doing it, you're going to get really comfortable doing it, and you're going to get more and more comfortable also just speaking in front of groups and things like that too. To the Texas point, okay, raise your hand if you are from Katy, Sugar Land, or what was the other one? Cypress, right. Is that more than half the class? Oh my gosh, yeah, right, yeah, wow, it's really impressive. Okay, everyone else is welcome too. Okay, so next up, we're gonna do this again, but now you're gonna introduce your startups. So, one person per team. I don't know if you're exactly doing this, but in case you didn't see it, the general idea is it's one team per table. And I'd like you to come up and you have 2 minutes. Who's your customer? What problem do you solve? How do you make money? What have you accomplished so far? What have you built? What have you done? What is real? Who have you talked to? And what do you need to accomplish this semester? Okay? You guys up for that? Anybody want to volunteer to go first? Come on up.
Yeah, so my company is called Touch Drive, and what we're doing is creating a dual sensor system that detects drivers' blood alcohol levels pulling on basically. So instead of using breathalyzers or IIDs like interlock devices, you simply just use our fingerprint device and also a camera sensor like telematic cameras, and that would give you your BAC limit. And we're solely focusing on licensing our product to telematic spaces, fleet management, also aviation as of right now. So instead of doing B2C, we're focusing on B2B. And focusing on the employees try to focus on their accountability when they come into the job solely. So right now, a problem that we're trying to solve is according to the NHTCA, there's a drunk driving accident every 36 minutes in the United States, which equates to around 13,000 deaths yearly. And basically, with breathalyzers and IIDs, they're close to only 70% accurate. And the product that we're making right now is this basic preliminary prototype, but that's around 89 to 93% accurate. And what we've accomplished so far is that we raised $35,000 for 2%. And we have a biophotonics lab up in Boston that has around 5 to 6 PhD students that work on a project as we speak. And we created a basic preliminary prototype. And we've also had great traction with Air Care One, which is a medical tech airline, PepsiCo, JB Hunt, and Samsara. It's not LOIs or anything, but they're just received interest and they validate our idea. And what we need to accomplish this semester is that we're seeking around $250K for patents and also our final MVP, and also just learn more and more about the problem that's in this industry today. So thank you.
And just hand it to another group.
Okay, so right now you probably all know that the U.S. healthcare system is pretty broken. Even though we have a lot of good resources in the hospital, a lot of good care, basically when you're a patient and you come outside of the hospital, you kind of are thrown into the situation where you have to figure out everything on your own. So we're creating an app called Panacea, and we're connecting patients to different resources outside of the hospital, but we're centralizing it all in one place and it's personalized to the patient. So right now we're focusing on breast cancer patients, and we're addressing the gap between social workers, people who are supposed to help patients find these resources. They're really understaffed right now, so we're helping them. So those are our customers, healthcare systems. And then, so this winter break we've worked super hard. We're building our MVP, and we're launching it hopefully next month. We have around 30 patients, users signing up for it. And we're really excited about that. And then what we hope to accomplish this semester, so not gonna lie, the biggest gap right now is our revenue model. We want to target hospitals, but eventually insurance companies, and it's really hard to kind of make a space in that. So that's our goal.
All right. So my startup is Scraps. We are a music marketplace for music production resources. So our customer is producers, mainly aspiring producers. Right now, specifically in the EDM, house, techno kind of genres. And the problem we're tackling is that for every track that a producer releases, on average, there'll be 2 to 3 fully finished tracks that never see the light of day. So what this means is there's basically this surplus of trashed music that's kind of just collecting dust. And I'm sure you guys have heard the phrase, one man's trash, another man's treasure. We basically allow artists to sell their unpublished music to other artists. So that's what we started with, and we've since kind of moved towards becoming just a general marketplace for other kinds of music production resources. This includes things like project files, sample packs, visuals, vocals, really a one-stop shop for producers. So we make money, it's pretty simple, by just taking a cut of every transaction. We have a 15% transaction fee. So in terms of accomplishments, we've grown our marketplace to over 700 products. We have 500 different sellers, which include artists that have been Grammy nominated. And in terms of what we're trying to do this semester, the main thing is advertising. So all of this traction we've done with pretty much $0 in ad spend. So we want to start advertising on Facebook, YouTube, and see if we can get some traction there with the profit that we've generated. Also, we want to raise money. So yeah, that's us.
Great.
So essentially my company is called Young Bros because it was founded by me and my brother. We essentially help game developers launch and sustain their game by giving their resources in terms of marketing, using like influencer marketing, also putting in strategies and operations, and like just getting their games launched with the most amount of impact as well as sustain for the long run, because that's like a really big issue in games, is where if they can't sustain it, they don't make as much money as they need to, and then everything just collapses from there. Our customer are these game developers. Right now our main market is Roblox, and less than 5% of developers are actually making money from their games, even though Roblox is offering, I think they offered, I forgot the statistic off the top of my head, but game developers can make a lot of money, and right now that's like a market that people are having a lot of trouble breaking into, because they just don't have experience making games, marketing games, having something of where games sustain for long term. They're just making it because they find it fun to do, but they can really turn into business if they need a bit more help. Where do we make money? So we make majority of our money from the games getting launched, us taking an equity stake inside the game, and making money from revenue share, or the game exiting or being bought by a larger company after they launch. And what have we accomplished so far? So we have accomplished in the last year and the year before that around 100,000 of annual revenue. We have exited the game for around 500,000 and had a good equity stake in that, so that was a good margin of profit. And right now we're trying to accomplish for this semester. We currently have a few projects that we want to release, especially in this upcoming month, and get money off of that to like start building up infrastructure, move into other markets, and just to expand overall. But that's pretty much it.
So we're Internest. We're a company that provides housing and roommate matching solutions to interns. So I'm sure that a lot of us have been interns, or we know the internship process. And a huge part of that is once you've accepted an offer, you have to find housing in the new city that we're moving to, especially if you're relocating. So to kind of address that solution, we're trying to match like roommates, like potential interns with roommates who like best suit them, as well as provide housing solutions through partnerships to like dorms and apartments, and even offer like you to like sublease your own property to another person if you're moving out for the summer, which is the case for a lot of college students. So our customer is mainly the interns themselves. We'd like to get them to list their subleases, participate in our program, get roommates, and we're also trying to go to companies themselves to get them to list their interns on our platform. And our problem is that about 24% of interns actually renege on their offer which is costing the companies a lot of their money, and it's 24% due to like their dissatisfaction with the company, or like what they learned about the company after accepting the offer. So we're trying to make money through a commission model, trying to get like affiliate commissions, or like if like a purchase is made for like a Subways, we want to take a cut out of that. What we've accomplished so far, we have almost finished our MVP. We actually had a meeting with a potential client today, a company, and they actually had an intern that they're trying to like get on our platform. We're trying to release our product within the next month, hopefully. And during the semester, we'd like to launch the full product so that people can use it for its upcoming summer internship cycle.
So the company I'm working at is called Clipstack, and our customer are different influencers, and the problem that we're trying to solve is optimizing times for influencers. And the way we're doing this is we're trying to make the video creation process a simple linear approach. And rather than going on a bunch of different ways, I need to make a thumbnail, I need to find editors, I need to do this, do that, everything is step by step, and we provide tools and AI to make it easier for them. How do they make money? We're going to provide a subscription depending on how much they need, how much storage they need, how much compute they need. And what we've accomplished so far, we've done a good market research. We've been able to interview several editors, several influencers, and currently we have on board a YouTuber with about 10 million subscribers backing us up. And what we want to accomplish this semester is we want to complete our MVP and get an actual product launched and get them using our product and get feedback and expand on that.
Right?
So my company is Game Tricks, and we aim to solve the data platform issue with esports. So currently in esports, we have really outdated websites that are like possibly like a decade old, 2 decades old, that are really just stat sheets, right? It's just like, this player has gotten X amount of kills on X amount of maps, right? It's always something simple like that. We found out there's a gap within the analytics world of esports, although there's really granular data, especially like locational data. Like imagine you were able to find out, okay, Tom Brady moved his arm 35 degrees within, and you would find out within seconds. And then you know, okay, he has a 50% chance of throwing a touchdown, like that's for example, right? So our customer, we want to have our customer, whether you're like passionate about esports, you just want to keep up, like, or our power users like coaches, esports organizations that are scouting, looking for the next best player, because also these coaches, these scouts, they're not able to watch every game, especially like collegiate games, or a lot of times even like whatever the tier 2 regions are, right? They won't be able to watch every single game, but we want to give them provide them their own personalized dashboards where they can view, hey, this player's doing really well, let's check them out. And so we really want to aim to solve that issue within analytics, where instead of paying a data scientist like $100,000 a year, $200,000 a year, we want to provide them a solution that they're happy with and that we can provide some value to them. And so how do we make money? So we plan on having B2B solutions, whether it be our tailored dashboards and subscriptions for your everyday user that just really wants to keep up, or you're addicted to sports gambling. And so what have we accomplished so far? So we have a strategic partner in Grid.gg that provides us real-time data within CSGO and Dota 2, with some more on the way as well. And so we want to accomplish our MVP and really push out and really gain customers, our first paying customers as well. That's pretty much it.
Hello. Yeah, so I love cooking. Has anyone ever cooked a recipe but suddenly find out that you're missing most of the spices? So for example, you want to cook like Indian curry. You miss cardamom, coriander. I can name so many of them, right? And this is my startup, Spiceable. Here's another prototype as well. But basically, this is inspired by medicine blister packaging. So all the spices you would need for this one recipe are all gonna be selected, portioned, and sealed in these blister bubbles that are ready to be popped out into your pot. This is all you need for one recipe. So our customers are people who maybe live in college apartments who don't have enough space or money to buy all different spices, or for someone who are like culinary enthusiasts and they want to explore different dishes, and also people who are campers who need this quick solution, something that has great flavors. So we make money from direct sales with customers. So far, I've conducted conjoint analysis or market analysis with over 100 customers, and I'm able to establish a product launch waitlist of over 50 people, and I have initial prototype built, and I'm conducting a few customer testing with a few testers. For this semester, I'm focusing on product development and figuring out the manufacturing and distribution processes, and conduct different iterations of customer testing.
I'm building Cura. So a lot of family or informal caregivers, that's just family members who care for other family members who might have mental illness, are kind of just thrown into the process. So let's say a family member of yours gets schizophrenia or Parkinson's. Those patients aren't really able to take care of themselves anymore. They lose touch with reality. They don't know what to do, like taking medicines on time, taking their meals on time, and it's usually a family member who volunteers and steps up. And as a result, they're doing like a lot of things for this patient now, but they have no medical background going into the process. So they're kind of just lost, and now they're making these very serious and consequential decisions for someone's life every single day. And they, as a result, naturally will experience a lot of stress and guilt, and that's where we want to come in and help them out. So we take information about the patient's lifestyle, their sleep, their meal routine, just like everything that's not diagnosing them, but just like lifestyle in general that the caregiver can help with, and produce personalized recommendations so that now a caregiver knows what to do on an everyday basis and they can keep track of everything caregiving related. The way we make money is by selling to hospitals. We come in once the patient has been diagnosed and treated by the doctor and now is dealing with a social worker. We want to collaborate on that end and just like take over once the doctor is done dealing with the patient and just like hold their hand on an everyday basis. We've raised $80,000 in non-dilutive funding so far, and we've also talked to 40 plus caregivers, done informal testing with a lot of them, and we've completed our functional MVP. We're adding a few new features this semester with a couple of interns, and after that we'll be testing again with caregivers and taking the feedback into account and making iterations again. And yeah, that's what I'm hoping to accomplish this semester.
All right. All of you guys are lucky not to be M&A analysts. The reason being is that they work way too long and there's way too much work for them to do. And that's the life of what they do. So in an M&A deal, it usually takes around a few months to execute a single deal. And these M&A analysts have to spend 40 or 60 hours, or even up to 80 hours, as we conducted a user interview on a deal per week. So that's a huge problem. There's also another huge problem, and this is for the firms and not for the analysts, is that virtual data rooms are extremely expensive. So for anyone who doesn't know what virtual data rooms are, they are essentially like a little Google Drive for confidential company documents. And right now, costs are ranging up to tens of thousands of dollars, and really for smaller to mid-sized deals, it's really not cost effective, and it's also not very affordable for smaller companies who are trying to conduct a deal. So that's where Phonopsis comes in. And that's what I'm building with my co-founders, and essentially what we're doing is that we're using AI to create an AI-native virtual data room that helps M&A analysts and M&A firms to speed up their deal timelines from months to weeks. And we do that through a variety of features, most notably just through our AI agents and through the way that how we index our documents. And as of what we've accomplished so far, so recently, just this past December, after school, first semester ended, me and my teammates were at a Meta hackathon, and we actually won first place for demoing our forms as a prompt prototype. So what is that? It's that we're taking all of these documents and filling up forms automatically with AI agents. And with this idea, we were actually able to demo at Meta HQ this winter. And as for what we want to accomplish this semester, I'd say we want to further expand our horizons, on targeting different target customers. So like I mentioned, we're targeting M&A right now, but we also want to expand into private equity as well as venture capital, just really helping them with their virtual native workflows as well. And also really just honing in on our launches and gain customers. So yeah, thanks.
All right, you guys are doing great.
Hello, I'm working on Build, B-I-L-D. Our customers are mechanical design engineers, and the problem we're solving are like working on solving like their boring and repetitive tasks. And then how are we making money? So we're just selling our software to them. And what we've accomplished so far is we have 3 paying customers and 4 users at 10 different companies. So we built out like a tool for something called tolerance analysis, something that they do. It's like specifically for like design for manufacturing. And then we're looking to like expand our knowledge in like the problems that they have in this space. So we're trying to like interview with as many design engineers as possible and learn about their problems. With more focus on like design for manufacturing. And then so for this semester we hope to like learn more about the problems and build out like another adjustable solution for this. So yes.
Is that the last one? Anybody not get a chance to go yet? All right, awesome. Like right there. Great. Well, thank you. Great job. Again, it's something that most people take a lot of practice and find intimidating to go do, and we're going to give you a lot of practice doing it. Some quick feedback from what I heard today. Any of you like listen to Audible or like podcasts, like do it at like 2x or 4x speed? So, and this is the opposite. You want to go half speed. So all of you talk really fast, and I have had a lot of trouble understanding what you were saying, like different words you were saying. Like I could kind of get the gist of it, but there were a lot of times I did not understand the words you were saying, including your name, which is a pretty important thing. Like you want people to remember your name. So don't come up and say your name like really fast, like hi, blah blah blah. Like people actually want to remember your name, like you want to stop. And so like really important. Besides enunciating, like you have to, and that's hard. It's like different. It's hard for different people in different ways and different names. But the more that you can say it really clearly, really helps. Say it slower, and then pauses. Like a huge part of helping me understand what you just said is just stopping and giving me a second to understand what you just said. So like using pauses and not just talking in a run-on sentence over this and this and this and this and this, and I'm such in a hurry to get it all out. You lose people. But overall, you guys did great, and those are all things you're going to get to practice on. It'll be better. So we're about halfway through the class. I'm going to give you now. I'm going to talk a little bit about how the class is going to work. Just kind of like that was a lot about how the class is going to work. So now you've got a feel for it. We guys jumped right in, and I'll give you a little idea about how things are going to work, and then we're going to work on your pitch profiles, which is basically like a one-pager for each of your companies that we're going to share with all the mentors before they meet with you. So that's a really important thing we'll have together this week. And then we are going to do your orientation to Capital Factory, because you, as part of being in the class, you all get memberships here at Capital Factory. You'll have access cards. You can come here and work here. You can book conference rooms. You can book things with other mentors. And Alexis, our mentor coordinator, is here, and I think Aaron will be here too, and they'll be able to tell you a little bit more about that as well. So, everyone get, all right, not everyone got my email. If you are one of the main contacts, you got my email, and then you were supposed to forward it to everybody on your team. Did anybody not get my email that was like, here's everything about the first day of class? You all got it. You don't get it. All right, talk to Isha after. Okay, the email is very helpful. It's kind of everything you need to know. So please read it carefully. So you don't come at the end of the semester and be like, I missed this. We're going to be like, it was in the email you got at the beginning of the thing. The Spring Lab, that's what we're in now. Not small print. Okay. This is really all about getting you time to work on your startup. That's all we do. You pitch, you work on your startup. We introduce you to people to help you work on your startup. You pitch some more. You work on your startup. That's it. Like, that's the whole thing. We do that by connecting you to all these other people. There are all other students working on startups. You will learn as much from each other as you will from the mentors or from any of us. You're going to get matched up with people to help you. There are people that have been through what you're going through. There are people like TJ who have like done it a whole bunch of times and sold companies for like hundreds of millions of dollars. There's a lot of other great people that are going to come in. We're going to look for people that we know are a good fit for the things that you're doing and try to get them to come in too. And so there'll be lead mentors and guest mentors, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. But you'll all get matched up with mentors every week. You're going to get, a lot of those are going to be venture capitalists and other CEOs and other people that you'll meet coming in. You get access, in addition to the mentors that we bring into class every week, which usually take up most of your time. As a member of Capital Factory, you also can go book other mentor office hours with other mentors of Capital Factory too. So that's another huge benefit that you get. Thanks to a generous donor, you all get a $1,000 grant for your startup to work on this semester. There's a startup crawl that we do here during South by Southwest, and we'll give all of you a table where you get to like promote your startup and talk about it and talk to all the people coming through, and thousands of people come through there. You get a membership here at Capital Factory. You get hosting credits at Amazon and Google and Microsoft, if that's helpful for you. And at the end, at Demo Day, you get to present in front of a ton of people and compete for one company gets a $25,000 investment prize. So that's the class, but mostly it's working on your startup and pitching over and over and over again. So class rules, if you're here in the room, you should be a student registered in the class, or you're an employee of the team of the company that it's working on. You're like directly connected to it. If you're not sure, ask us, and preferably ask us in advance rather than showing up with somebody where it feels really awkward to kick them out. But I will kick them out. There's going to be a sign-in sheet at the beginning of class. We don't have that today, but we will for all the other ones. And so it's a QR code, and that's part of how we do attendance. Attendance is a massive part of your grade. That's just the nature of this. So we'll talk a little bit more about how to get an A, but show up for class, and don't be like, I came, but I didn't sign in. We're like, all right, I don't know what to tell you. Like, we have a sign-in sheet for everybody. You have to sign in. And the end is a little bit fluid. Like, it generally kind of ends all at once, and you'll see it start to end. But some people just stay here and are like talking for a really long time after. And you all have memberships here. Some people go upstairs and they're hanging out all night. But the expectation is you're going to have 2 lead mentors. You're expected to meet with your mentors that are here, and then there are guest mentors here every week. And you'd be really not. It'd be a shame. Like, you wouldn't be taking the most out of getting the most out of the class if you're not meeting with at least one guest mentor every week. You should assume that as startups, students are presenting things here in front of everybody, and they're telling you about their goals and their metrics and everything else that they're sharing, that unless they tell you, and it's obvious, like, this is something I want you to tell everybody about, like, hey, we just launched our app, download it. Okay, like, obviously you can tell people about that, but assume it's confidential, and it's not something you should be going and sharing with other people. This is supposed to be a place where we all trust each other. Okay, I got a couple more things to talk about, but just to throw it out there. And give me a question from one of you. What's something you're wondering about?
People say you're a celebrity. I'm like, what have you done? Or like, what exactly is you? Like, who are you?
Oh, I'm a total imposter, actually. That's not, I paid them all to say that. There will be more. Thank you. There'll be more chance to talk about that too. I don't have time to tell you my whole story here. But that's a good start. No, it's fair game. But if you go, but you can find me online, and there's lots of videos of me as well talking about just me starting my companies or things like that. But really simple answer. I started a company in my college when I was studying computer science in the first .com boom, and I built that up and sold it. And I've been an investor in lots of other great companies, and a lot of those have gone public or done other really great things. And now here running Capital Factory, I'm the most active investor in Texas. So about every week we invest in a company here. So I'm involved with about 1,000 different companies, that's a lot of companies. So I've seen a lot of startups and a lot of companies and a lot of things like that. Any more questions about the class?
When will this course be added to our course schedule?
Great question. We'll talk about that a little bit more too, but one of the things, nobody can sign up for this class, like you can't sign up on your own. And so now, as part of registering for the class, you submitted all your student IDs, and Isha just got back from being on break as well. But one of her first things to do this week will be going and getting, she'll be manually adding your student IDs to the registrar so that you all show up under the class. Usually it happens in a week. It might take a week and a half or something, but we'll work with you on that, and then that's part of you making sure that we know who's supposed to be registered from your team.
Some there's different like course numbers, like depending on your major. Can we choose which course number we want to do?
You can choose the course number. I don't care. The CS one is intended to be open for anybody,
Okay.
so you should be able to take the CS one if you're not sure what you can do. Yeah. Our goal is just trying to get you as much credit as we can, okay. And so I don't really understand all of this. I cannot go to UT, but my understanding is like we have 300 level kind of senior project level courses in management and engineering and computer science that make it count for something pretty good. TJ.
For entrepreneurs, how do you think about balancing their time as they have other classes and doing startup is hard? How do you think about that in terms of balancing an aggressive goal but not too aggressive?
Yeah, I mean, that's probably a great question, probably different for everybody. One of the huge things about this class, again, is actually just getting you time to work on it. Like, it's like you have time that you get credit for, and it's basically a an entry-level class. Maybe, did you go to UT? No, me neither. So the entry-level class is like an 100-level class, or 1 hour. This is like a 3-hour class, so it like counts as like a big senior project thing, and it basically means they don't have something else on their schedule this semester. So that's a start. And everyone's gonna have to find a different balance. I'll tell you, like, I was running a real company when I was in college, and like I had customers, and I was hiring my friends, and like we had a couple $100,000 in revenue, and like that was really my priority. And I did graduate, and it worked out really well, but like that was really my priority. I had another, great entrepreneur, Pamela Valdez, who is in Mexico City now, and she took this class the first year in 2010 or 11, and she ended up dropping out of school to go, and then went off to Y Combinator and got funded by Excel, and like, she's done a lot of great stuff. And then there's a lot of other great people that have been in this class that have started companies that have graduated and gone on to keep working on them too. So it's not like you have to do that. But the bigger it is, the more real it is, the more it's going to consume a lot of your time and attention, and balance is hard. Wi-Fi makes it a lot easier though. I did not have Wi-Fi when I was in college. We had broadband, we had could plug in, but like I could not be online in class, and like I feel like that like opens up all the you can like do, if you're good at multitasking, you can do a lot of things. Other questions? Okay, here's some suggested questions. We talked about how to get registered for the class. How do I get my $1,000? That was on issue 2. The $1,000, the way this works is, technically, it's kind of like, the government always gets their piece. We're still giving you $1,000. It's kind of like getting student aid. So you want to be thoughtful about who gets the $1,000. Someone actually gets the $1,000. We have to give it to somebody, and you don't want that to mess up your student aid, because it will count as you getting $1,000 of like student aid. That's about as much as I know about that. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I know that's a sensitive thing for some people, so just be aware of that. How to get my hosting credits, similar kind of thing. That'll be something Isha has not ramped up on yet, but she will need to, and that will. But we have relationships with Google and Microsoft and Amazon, and they'll typically give you guys some free hosting credits if you can use them. How you get access to Capital Factory, we're going to hear about that later today with Aaron, who's over there, just a bit. What's the difference between a lead mentor and a guest mentor? So lead mentors and guest mentors. We have lead mentors, you're going to meet next week, and that's what we're going to do speed dating with. TJ and Marcus and Scott are all lead mentors. Lead mentors are really making a big commitment. It's honestly a seriously big deal. These are really amazing people that are very experienced and very successful, and they have families and they have other businesses and they have lots of other things to do, and they're committing to coming here every week for the whole semester with you. Like, they might miss 1 or 2, but in general, they're going to be every week. And they're going to get matched up, each of them, with 2 of you, so that every week they come in and they're going to sit down for a little bit with one of you and sit down a little bit for the other of you, and like be some consistency and trying to give you feedback and like goals from week to week and things like that. We're going to match them up as best we can by who we think can really help the most. And then in addition to that, we'll bring in 5 or 6 guest mentors each week who are also other amazing, super successful people and entrepreneurs and venture capitalists and business leaders and other people that all have different expertises. And during the mentoring session that we'll talk about, they will also be walking around meeting with people. So again, in a typical day, you'll hopefully get to meet your 2 lead mentors as well as 2 or 3 guest mentors as well. And if you have requests, we can invite people to be guest mentors. Like, you know, somebody you really want to meet with, like, they'll often say yes to us. Like, we'll be like, hey, come to our class. And, like, they'll say yes, so like, you can, you know, make requests. How you get matched up with lead mentors, that's going to happen next week. We'll have a speed dating event. It'll be here. At pretty much every class from now on, will be 1 team per table. So we'll have a number of different tables out. The tables will have a little flag on it with like your team name on it, so it's easy to find you. And then basically, as we get into both the speed dating part, where the mentors will be moving around from table to table, and then in the actual each class, you'll be sitting at a table, and the mentors will be moving around from table to table. So you'll kind of have a home base for the class. How do I get the most out of my mentors? That's a great question. I'm glad I asked it. It's a just really one is like make sure you're really listening to what they're saying, like and like trying to really listen for their feedback. And ideally, like a really good mentor relationship looks like them listening to you each week about what you did, asking you some questions, giving you some feedback, and ideally really giving you some homework of what to go try for next week. And then you come back the next week and you're like, oh, I tried this, here's what I learned. And you're like, awesome, now I'll go try this, right? And there might be other things too, but that's a big part of what you expect to see happening. And then with the guest mentors, it often might be them sharing some experience that they've had that's really relevant to what you're doing. And with all of the mentors, it's, one of the biggest things they can do is just make an introduction for you, open up a door, like, hey, could you help get me connected to somebody or get me talking to someone that could help me? All right, we did what else? All right, assignments. So there are not many assignments at all, okay? One of the main things you're going to need to do is you're going to need to make a pitch profile. We're going to talk about this a little bit more. This is one picture of a pitch profile, and we'll all open these up. You're going to make a lean canvas. This is like a one-page business plan. This will be really helpful as you sit down with mentors and with guest mentors to help them really quickly understand what you do. To kind of ask all the obvious questions. So Pitch VC is a website. We're going to do this today together. It's pitch.vc, and it's kind of like LinkedIn, but you're making a profile for your startup. And so it's like, who's on the team? What's the problem you're solving? How much money have you raised? Kind of obvious kind of things. And that's how, when every week as the guest mentors come, that's what we show them. We're like, here's a list of all the startups, and we give them a list of that on the website. So it's really helpful. If you go to austinstartups.com, it's just a search on Pitch for all of the startups that are in Austin. So once you create that profile also, other people can find you and can learn stuff about you, help get you exposure. The Lean Canvas is just at leancanvas.com, also really easy. You should do that this week so that you've got it printed out next week to talk to the guest mentors about, the mentors when you're speed dating. And everything you do, you submit to updates at longhornstartup.com. Last one is founder equity. Here's a really short video I recorded like 10 years ago. I think I was still wearing glasses. And it's about like, how do we split up the equity in our company? Like, how do we think about it? And there's no like really right answer. And we're not looking for a legal document, but we know from experience it's a really good idea for you to talk about that now. So we're trying to make sure you talk about that and think about that now. One of the other main things you need to do are weekly updates. So it doesn't have to be on Friday, but by Friday, every single person on the team needs to send an email in a very just specific format that just makes it easy for us to keep them together. That is about you. It's not about the company. It's for you personally. And it's, here's what I accomplished this week. Here's what my goals are for next week. It's not around the company, and it's not that complicated. Kind of bullet points are fine too. It can be text and bullets. Shouldn't be more than a page. And it's generally, basically think about it like it's one big email thread. So we're gonna tell you exactly what the subject line should look like, because that helps us sort them all. And then when you send the first weekly update, the next week you're just gonna hit reply to all on that update and send your next update at the top, because then at the end of the semester, it's part of your grade, and I want to have then that gives me one email with like all of the updates in it, and I can just actually kind of have your progress over the whole semester. And the grade is both on the content and your communication skills. So it's a little bit of both. Like it's how you're writing it and making it clear and communicating, and then also we expect that you are doing stuff each week and making progress and like working, a little bit prioritizing and working on the right things. So we'll send out an email with some examples about that so you can see what they look like. And then there are 3 pitches during this, other than that are graded, like formal pitches, other than every week we pitch. And so in the middle of the semester, there'll be a graded pitch. It'll be like a 4-minute pitch like you would do up on stage to an investor or to a customer. Every student will actually record their pitch and submit the video. So that way every part of your grade is yourself, that you recorded the pitch. But then during class, you will not know until we start class, we're gonna randomly pick one person from each team to come pitch. So if there's only one person on the team, that makes it kind of obvious. But if it's multiple, then you aren't going to know who's going to come pitch, and that everybody shares. Your grade is everyone on the team's grade is affected by that one pitch. So the idea is everybody needs to be ready to come pitch when it's the mid-semester pitch day, and then the end of semester pitch, which is not demo day, it's like the week or 2 before that, works the same way. Okay. The last day is demo day. That's like downstairs on stage. We invite lots of people. It is not graded. The point of demo day is to like help you have the best demo day you can have. We're not trying to stress you out by grading you. Okay? So that's really about make you look the best you can no matter what. You get to pick who's on stage. It's not graded. It's all about getting you exposure and like making that a really awesome day. Okay? So those are the three different things that happen, and 2 of them are graded. So we can talk about that a little bit more. This also should be in the syllabus, and it also should be in other places, but that gives you an idea. Okay, so how do you get an easy A in this class? Okay, 1, come to class. I don't know what to tell you, but like this is a participation class. That's what it is. Like you can't do this class on Zoom. You can't, you gotta come. We do allow you to miss 1 or 2 classes, but like easy A is come to class. Submit your update every Friday. Also, it's not hard to do it. Like you can do it and get it's mostly a participation thing. And practice your pitch 100 times. 100 times is a lot. It's gonna feel like 10 is a lot. Like seriously, you do it 10 times, you're like, oh my god, it's done this so many times, I'm done. I'm just telling you, what I know from experience is practicing is one of the most important things of doing a good pitch. And then if you practice it 100 times, I'm pretty sure you're gonna get a really good grade. So there's my easy advice. If you do these 3 things, not guaranteed, you will probably get an A if you can follow these 3 things. A lot of times we get to the end of the semester and there's some team that I thought was awesome. And I was like, these guys are great. They've been doing great pitches. They've been doing all this other stuff. They made good progress. And somebody didn't submit any of their fucking updates. And then I'm like trying to figure out how not to give them a shitty grade. And I'm like, all you had to do was send a fucking email. Like, come on, so just don't put me in that situation. Because I am kind of a hard ass at that point. So just like, I'm trying to make it easy, but like, don't be dumb and like just not show up or like not be like, I came to all the classes, but I didn't sign in. Like, that's weird. Just don't do that. Okay? Every year someone does that, so don't be that person. Okay, Founders Academy is taught by my partner Gordon Doherty. I think there's one starting tomorrow. If you want to change all your plans, it's worth it. Because if you can go for free now that you're a part of this, it's awesome. It's super helpful. And it's always great to be there in person because you can ask questions and he's a really great person. Everything he's doing is online on videos. He's recorded videos and everything, and you have access to all the videos too. So I would expect that almost like literally probably one team, if any, every semester actually takes advantage of this. You should take advantage of it. It's really good. This book is really good, Running Lean. It's Ash lives here in Austin. It's in particular, it's all about the lean startup methodology, which is also back to that book, Focus on the Problem. And then Startup Success is written by Gordon, who teaches Founders Academy. Also super, super helpful book. So I mentioned both of those in the email that I sent you. Class comms, my email is josh@quityourjob.com. Isha is ta@longhornstartup.com, and that's your kind of like sacred email that like to make sure everything goes to. We post stuff on X, we post stuff on Canvas, and that's actually need to be updated. We switched from Slack to WhatsApp, so I think most of you are on the WhatsApp. If you're not on there, you should get on the WhatsApp group too. Almost done here. Aaron's gonna maybe in like 15-20 minutes is gonna get into the orientation, and he'll talk about the rules being here at Capital Factory. One rule I always want to reiterate and make sure is really clear is there is beer here at Capital Factory. Maybe right there. I don't know. It is not for you. I don't care if you're 21. I don't care what it is, but the part of it, my experience so far of like running this place and like having it run well is obviously like people need to treat it like it's their home, and like it's like this is a place. It's actually this is a place to do work. We host events here and do other things. It's not a place to throw parties. A few times we've had problems. It's people not treating it right, coming here late at night and thinking it's a place to come drink or hang out. People thinking it's a place to come sleep. It's not a place to come sleep. If you want to come like work all night, great. Like go for it. It's all for that. Like you want to come like stay up cranking out and work really hard and be on the whiteboards, awesome. But you do have to just respect it and do other things. And in the interest of trying to like, it's a privilege that we get to come here. Technically, if I had actually just asked for permission, the university would never let us come here. Like this is like we sign the releases, we do other stuff, but this is not like a normal thing, right? And the easy way that we are not allowed to come here anymore is someone does something dumb with alcohol. So we just tried to say like, just please, this is don't make this a place where alcohol is a problem. All right, first class. This was today, so we did the intro. We're a little off schedule, but we're still working. We're going to do pitch profiles here in just a second, and then we'll do orientation. You'll get a tour. Next week, we'll do the mentors will introduce themselves, and then we'll do mentor speed dating. They're going to get your pitch profiles as part of how they're going to get to know you, and they'll get to talk to all of you. So it'll be a little bit reversed. And then basically every other class is we'll come in, we'll grab pizza, and every team, kind of like we did in the second set of pitches, every team's going to give an update and a pitch, like because they're introducing themselves and practicing your pitch to the new guest mentors. You are giving the update of what did we get accomplished last week, and what do we think our goals are for the next week, and we're powering through those for everybody. And then everybody's back at their tables, and it's a little bit of a free-for-all, and it's like, all right, everybody, mentors, go to your startups, and like it's fun and it's cool, and we're just kind of traffic cops keeping everybody meeting with everybody, and you can do that for as long as you want, but generally till about 6, unless we're doing the pitch days. So, any more questions?
How do we receive parking validation?
Good question. We have a little stack of parking validations up there. Parking validations are for, they know it's for when you're here at class. It's really important you get it because it's hard for us to go back and do the same thing. Like, oh, I parked here, but I didn't get the validation. Like, they're not very sympathizing. But we have a little stack of these little papers, and just as you're going out, you do that. Do we know for sure what the price is, Aaron? Do you know?
Downstairs.
$5. Oh, awesome! That really better than I thought. Okay, it's gone up and down a little bit. So yeah, it's $5. It's meant to be $5 for you to be able to come to class. So the building's very nice, and that I basically went to them and gave a sob story of like, these are my students coming to my class, get us a really good parking rate, and they do. Any other questions?
Are these slides or info going to be posted somewhere?
Yeah, we'll post these slides on Canvas after each class usually. Other questions? We're not supposed to ask questions. Okay, fine.
All right, without getting away the cheat code, what in the winning teams? What are the characteristics of the winning teams?
For the end, the 25 grand. 25 million. The 25 grand. The 25 grand is the 25 grand is actually that becomes like a very. It's literally. It's not like who gets the best pitch. It's literally like, okay, actually, which one do you think is the best investment for us right now? And I will say, usually, it's quite common that half the companies are like, we're not raising money right now. Like, we don't want more money. You know what I mean? Like, that wouldn't make sense for us. That's okay. Not everyone has to do it. You know, like, but it really is just like. We're looking at it from like, which one do we think is going to become a real company and produce the best return from an investor or venture capital perspective?
Who judges? Is it you, or do you call in guest judges?
It's just me. Yeah, I have a team that helps, but mostly I just It is mostly me. All right, so we're gonna jump into pitch. So if everybody could open a computer and go to pitch.vc, and then you log in with your Google login. We have some helpers who have been so patient waiting here. Thank you. Olex is here. Olex helps run our investor relations team here. That means for any of the startups at Capital Factory, they're like, I'm trying to meet investors. They go talk to Olex. She's very popular. Like, honestly, like one of the most popular people here. She deals with these pitch profiles a lot. So I asked her to come so that she could maybe walk around as you're working on them and look at them with you and give you some feedback. And then also, Alexis is here. Alexis is our mentor coordinator, similar kind of thing. She sees a lot of those as well. And we might have some other people helping too, but those are two people in particular that are here to help. And so let's just take about 10 minutes and maybe a little bit more. And I'll answer questions too. And I'd like you to open up that page, start filling in, basically just fill in as much of the profile as you can. Some of it's obvious, some of it you might not have the text for yet. And we'll answer some questions as we go. And then, like I said, what we'll end up is we'll have another link, and it's just like a link that goes to a list of all the startups, and it'll show them all on one page. And that's like, here's all the Longhorn startup teams. It's 5:30. Let's take like 10 minutes and do that.
Oh, yeah. No worries, I'll just be circulating.
For the company description, should we put like the problem and everything, or just like a one?
So problem is separate. So
oh yeah.
is here. No worries. It's like so here, overall description, problem statement lower, then traction, and then you can insert any videos or whatnot. If you guys have more than one team member, you can also add team members, but it's a little counterintuitive. You have to save your company first, and then go back to edit, and then you can add team members. Yeah. And then I would recommend to add tags. I don't know if people already asked about it, but in my personal, I think it's just later, but in my personal opinion, tags are like the most important because investors are searching for AI companies. They like kind of look up what tag AI is really high.
You just put that for when
Another good thing to think about is I would go with more tags over less. Like, don't put a tag that doesn't make sense, but that's how people are going to find you and kind of understand what you do is by all the different tags.
When investors look for companies in a particular investment thesis, that's how we can find you. They like look for, say, AI companies. If you yeah, if you guys have multiple team members, it's a little counterintuitive. One person has to make a profile and save the company, and then you go back and edit, and then you can manage team members on the show. But essentially, you make it without the other team member, and then you go back and have it done. Hi, did you see me help?
And then I guess we went to the one. I think it's possible.
Is your company like incorporated? Would you incorporate?
This is exciting.
I think we were in Texas. Delaware. This is like the fastest we've ever happened. Like, yeah.
This is like hyperspeed. Like hyperspeed development. I'm like so impressed. Oh yeah. No, we were like working on search yesterday. We got search and filter.
It's a vibe. It's like the first real project I've worked on.
Oh yeah. It was like there were startups that
Anybody having any problem?
For the company description, do you want us to put like one line in? One sentence?
Let me speak to that. Someone just asked me a good question about the one-liner. So there's like your company title, and then there's like a line that goes right below that. And then there's a place to put like describe what the problem you're solving and kind of longer stuff. The line that goes right below your company title, I would not put like a super catchy marketing phrase, because at the time people are reading that, they don't really even know what you do. So I would kind of put a fairly, not too long, but a full sentence that's like just a really simple explanation of here's what we do. Like, we help do this problem for this. You know, like, don't get too fancy with like changing the world for, you know, blah, 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 you know, when it doesn't really say anything. Got maybe like 3 or 4 more minutes, then we'll check in.
Can y'all fill out the ones
This is just a launch list.
Oh, watch this.
I count that as I mean, yeah, the functionality is fixed. What we just told you yesterday.
Okay, I'll do that next time. And then I think especially if they said like they'll probably have
I think that's
You know, I'm going to track management opportunity to become it.
I'm not able to get to him, but I don't know why. It's what like see here, but you're moving. Cool. So you it's whatever you want. Most people don't. Most people would say it's just for this. It doesn't mean that it's kind of where you are. Most people I'd say I'd say that you can control everything.
But it's public. It's both of them. So if I
log in and I believe Mark
Okay? Yeah, I'm trying to think of terrorists. Yeah.
Three's a good start. 4 or 5's just like what do people think of? Give them an idea.
Oh, can you review my this one line?
Yeah.
Put in my email.
Yeah, very descriptive. That is a great start. Maybe we can make it a little shorter, but it's like that's right. Like it's like it's not salesy. It just like tells me what you do. It's like wow.
We can also add adding as many. Save first. And then you have to like do you ride back home? Oh yeah. Are you taking from do you have class before this?
No, but I will probably be at like where do you have class?
Yeah, but you like it's like I park at standards. It's like you can always meet me at standards.
Oh okay, alright. Yeah, that'd be huge.
So this is where
So the tagline should be marketing like marketing because
the tagline, I just put navigating cities. Like I thought it was like naturally.
Okay. So which one was he talking about?
He's talking about company description. Company description. Like not trying to be like cliche. Because yeah, tagline is actually just something kind
which could help you do that's why you say All right, we're going to do 2 more minutes, and then we're going to jump into Capital Factory orientation.
We have to do like this. You determine which tools search out there. You have to get the
but then also,
yeah, we should invite like John out there.
or we could
I don't know if it'll work.
That's why we should go here. If we get the
All right. So we're about out of time for this today. We can work on more on this later. If you want an example of a pretty good profile, Eve Vehicles is one you can just search for on Pitch. Roger, the founder, is going to be one of our lead mentors this year. You'll meet him next week. And they're here at Capital Factory. They got a really cool drone company. And you can just see that they put a lot of time into it. You can see all their people and all the different details and different things like that. We'll tonight put this all onto our basically like a one link that has all the student teams on it, so we can see it all in one place, and you guys can keep updating them. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it on there. So last step, we're gonna do a class selfie. We'll get everybody, see what we can do to pull this off, and then I'm gonna hand it over to Aaron for orientation. So can everybody like pile up in the middle right here? Actually, let's go this way. You're behind. Everyone come in front of the gear. TJ, come jump in here. Right. We're gonna have to get everybody try to get on the red. Getting your feet uncomfortably close for a short period of time. We are a little tighter. TJ.
Aaron, will you take this one?
TJ and Nisha. I'm like kind of missing you. All right, ready? 1, 2. All right, great. All right. So, thank you guys. This has been an awesome start. I'm super excited about this. You guys are great pitches. I'll tell you, I feel, and I heard from a bunch of the TAs and others, a lot of people saying this is one of the most impressive classes we think we've ever had. So we're super excited about what we're going to see, and it's just going to keep getting more and more fun from this. So you're going to get to, you're going to get you'll get an email or a WhatsApp or whatever over the next day or two with a list of all the lead mentors. They're awesome. Like, look through those. You should do a little homework for next week of looking through their background. So as you're meeting with them, you're not like, "Hi, what do you do?" It's more like, "Hey, I looked at your background. I saw you're into this. Like, tell me what you're working on." And that'll be really fun. And then, yeah, every week from here, it keeps getting better and better. So now I'm going to hand it off to Aaron, and he's going to intro this, and he's going to, from there, walk you around for a tour.
Thank you, my friend. If y'all listen to the Entrepreneur podcast at all, that's what I've been working with Josh and Nick on for quite some time, and I hope you really like the episodes. But yeah, I'm your guy for all things community in this building when it comes to our portals, when it comes to the physical workspace, and if you just want to meet people, I really, really admire that you can't leave a conversation with Josh without him asking who you want to meet. I take that really seriously here, so if you're looking to meet somebody specific, let me know, communicate it, and we'll get you in touch. Good to see you again, sir. You are going to be so bored on this tour because you've taken it. I'm just kidding, you'll be fine. So, platform and apps. We have 3 main websites that you'll have access to with your membership, which will be activated likely by the end of day tomorrow. Keep an eye on your inboxes for welcome emails from Union, from Member Portal, which is Office R&D, and from our Slack channel. Union is where you can view the perks of being a member here, browse the mentors, schedule time with mentors, redeem for AWS credits, Google for Startup, things like that. You can email help@union.vc or community@capitalfactory.com for support with for Union. With the member portal, this is where you can reserve conference rooms. So if you're going to take a meeting, great place to do that. There's some really cool ones like Iron Man right over here, which has a really awesome touch screen. You can whiteboard on there, it's perfect. You can also view invoices. So if you do run over on conference room time, you can pay through that. It's very, very easy. Then our Slack, then you have access to everybody in our community.
Our role is we're not expecting this to cost you any money.
Yeah, sure. We want to avoid that. We'll work on that if it ever happens. For mentors, you already were introduced to Alexis, so I'll touch on that really quick. She's your mentor coordinator, mentor manager here, so if there's any particular types of people you want to have mentorship with, let her know. She can coordinate a list. Office hour tips, very specific, and as a former member of Capital Factory, because that is how I got in here, these are spot on. Have some specifics you want to go over, book with people consistently, and build that relationship. The mentors that I met with, that I connected with, we exchange phone numbers, we grab lunch, we talk shop regularly. So take advantage of the mentor network, it's amazing. The physical space. We are at 701 Brazos. We have 4 floors in this building. The first floor is all venue space. 5th floor is co-working, conference rooms, private offices, and dedicated desks. You're on the 8th floor right now. Co-working during the day in this whole space tends to be a little bit quieter than the other floors, which is nice. There are conference rooms. They're all superheroes on this floor. Wonder Woman, Captain Marvel, Iron Man, Black Panther, and then there are also phone booths in the corners. You can see the 2 on that side, 2 on that side. There's a little phone up there. They are first come, first serve. Super, super smooth little rooms, chair, desk, easy, it's quiet, it's perfect. Code of conduct. We respect our environment just like we respect each other, so clean up after yourself, adhere to the rules of the building and in the terms and conditions, which will be available on Office R&D. You can browse them anytime. We're tobacco free and no beer, as was already mentioned.
And just, again, I'm super psyched you're all here. I love this place, but this really is like my home and my place. Like I've put literally millions and millions of dollars into building all of this. And so like 2 ways to instantly get on my bad side and piss me off is to disrespect the people here, like that are all working here and trying to take care of everybody, or disrespect the place and like just feel like you did something that like unnecessarily just damaged a bunch of stuff without accidents happen, but like you just kind of like peed all over the road or did something bad. So just those are instant ways to get on my bad side.
I'm noting that for myself.
Yes,
won't happen. And then 16th.
Stormy every once in a while does it.
16th floor, more co-working space, a little bit broader selection in the kitchen up there. You can find bagels, bread, cream cheese, fruit, cereal, milk, almond milk, oat milk. We got you covered. So it's a great
And a quick
space
one
to
on
go.
that note, just because you are college kids, you're welcome to have the food and snacks here. Like, don't fill up your backpack and take it back to your room. You know, like it's just, just respect that the same way too.
Yes, and don't live on it. I'm a bootstrap founder. I maybe did for a minute. Some people might. Totally kidding. Yeah.
However, one good trick to note is there's frequently people order food like lunches and like big like for groups and stuff. And so in the 16th floor kitchen, we'll often get like extra food that is totally fair game. It's like good food.
Yeah, if it's on the bar up there and there's a lot of it, it's typically fair game. If it's one meal and it's on a plate and there's a fork and a drink next to it, stick away from that one. And also, we can do like DoorDash deliveries here. It gets delivered to the 5th floor, and we are on Lunch Drop. Are any of you familiar with Lunch Drop? Cool. Lunch Drop is basically a building drop-off point. They only have a specific restaurant or two every day, but you can order and that's delivered to the 5th floor on a daily basis. Cool. Awesome. Brevo. I love Brevo. So you're all going to get an access badge. This opens the elevators and it opens some of the back doors here in the office. Brevo is also an app which will open our doors on some of the floors. It does not work on the elevators. You should be getting badges on Thursday is when they will be available. You'll be able to pick them up at the front desk or from the gift shop if the front desk is closed. Just look for Kylie. And let us know if you lose that. There's a $25 fee, which maybe we can work on that. None on that one. Cool. There we go. Don't lose it. Don't lose it. And then we want to collect those from you after the class as well. Elevator access hours. The membership you have is 24/7. However, the elevators do lock at 5 p.m. Your names are registered with our security. They do, unless there's an event. If there's an event, the floor will be open. But after 5, the elevators lock, and you may have to approach security if your badge doesn't work. And they know who you are, they'll let you out.
And just to rephrase that,
yeah.
You're allowed to come here anytime.
Yep.
After hours, you basically just check in with the security desk. And the main thing they're looking for is that you're not coming up here with a whole bunch of people for a party.
Yes.
Not you particularly, but that is actually the main reason.
Yes, and you don't have to check in guests with security every time you come in, but you do if it's after elevator access hours, and guests are not permitted on the premises after 9 p.m. Because that's when our events and meetups end. So, cool. Awesome. Feel pretty good about it? You'll see all these doors as we walk through the space in just a few minutes. By show of hands, has anybody been to all of the floors here before? I know there's one. Awesome. Cool. You can join the Capital Factory members Wi-Fi as well, which is faster than the guest Wi-Fi. The password is center of gravity. There are no spaces, no caps, no lead spelling. Join Capital Factory members. There's also Capital Factory members 2G. That's more for like our side stuff, like printers. We already talked about guests. And I should highlight the italicized text, which is, you are responsible for your guests. Don't leave them alone somewhere. We don't want to find them on the 13th floor at 2 a.m. Yes, that's happened. Pet policy, we do allow service animals. They do have to have service vest. They do have to have paperwork. And you do need to get freight elevator access for that. Let me know if you need that or email members@capitalfactory.com. Speaking of freight elevator access, we have bike racks on the 5th floor and the 16th floor. The building requires bikes go up the freight elevators. You may have noticed the closet over there that says Narnia. That's because that's where the freight elevators are, and it is Narnia on every floor. With scooters, like I've seen a couple of them, as long as you're carrying them, it's totally acceptable. Cool?
It's folded up in the molded.
Yep, yeah. The building, they just don't like them to go through the lobby. Cool? Awesome. Events, capitalfactory.com/events. We have over 1,200 events per year at Capital Factory. There's 4 right now that are going on. So there's really good ones. There's vinyl collections for the DJs in the room. There's a couple of hackathons. There's fantasy sports and e-gaming is a really good one. There's just a ton of great events here. And Cup of Capital, highly recommend you go. It's our monthly networking coffee. We do them here, we do them in Dallas, we do them in Washington, D.C. So certainly sign up for those whenever they come up. You can network with some really great people. And Member Salon. Member Salon is actually this Thursday from 5 to 7. We invited all the new members to it. Our staff often comes to it, and mentors come to that. And it's kind of, we usually offer a couple of pitches in there too if you want to tell the community what you're looking for, which is cool. The member guide is available at this website, which you're more than welcome to take a picture of. It is also going to be in the welcome email that we send to you when we finish onboarding you to everything. It kind of goes over all the guidelines and best practices here. And any questions about the facility before we all start taking a walk? We got one.
So if you bring a guest,
yes,
and y'all are still working after 10, because you're a guest, y'all have to like find some other place to work after 9 p.m.
Basically, yes. Security will start doing rounds after 9 p.m. And if you have a guest here, they will essentially say you are a member, you're allowed to stay, your guest is not. Awesome. And again, has anybody been here ever before? I see some Longhorn Lab, some of the Longhorn Startup class students. Cool, awesome. So you might recognize some spaces. Well, rad, if you want to, more or less you can collect your stuff. If you want to, you're more than welcome to leave it here. We can bring you back here before we leave. Actually, what would you all prefer? Would you rather leave stuff here and come get it before? Cool, I'm for that. So we'll end the tour here instead of on the first floor. Sound good? Awesome.
First one. Parking ticket. Yeah. Yes, it's like big here. Ask for the parking
Please take the pizza, and who needs parking slips? I can give it to you now.
We're going to be back.
Oh, it's right here. Okay.
We'll head to the elevator bay. I'll meet you over there.
I went to high school. Yeah, if you don't mind.
No, I'm trying to make them not ducks anymore. Please make them not ducks if they are currently in duck form. How did you acquire really laughing duck? Well, this is semblance. Someone just looks at it. Somebody doesn't know what to do that. That's terrible duck. Wait, I said my first iteration.
Because I'm just worried what if they constructed their duck and they want to look at that. Don't forget to be taken. What's our third semester then?
Focus on the experience. And not having a doctor.
Yes, and.
Yeah.
Yes, and.
But we don't have your duck, but if you want one.
You can do that, but you can order as many Legos as you want.
Right. That's my next buy. I want to buy some Legos.
I know, I feel like.
Do you?
I do.
I mean, honestly, I would sit here and play Legos all night, but I'm special like that. You really want to buy Legos?
Yeah, I need something that like keeps me focused.
I was going to say another thing that I found super cool, which is just like when you watch TV or something, is painting by numbers.
Yeah.
Oh, that one I've seen too. Oh,
We have to pay $45.
Oh, Drew. Nothing official. But just so you know, there will likely be an ask from MakerBots. They are an IC partner, they're affordable, and in their mentor roundtables, I know they discussed it last year in the August stakeholder meeting. MakerBots, I know Josh was in it.
What's the ask?
They just want him to stop by for like 15 minutes to say hello to the mentors in one of their roundtables.
Okay. A Josh Poppin.
Yes.
We can do that.
They have been asked. They've asked
I need
several times.
a calendar like specifically.
Perfect.
Not for the whole event, but for when
Yes.
Josh comes to the podcast.
And Michelle said that it's going. I know he likes to do the end of the event, but this time we're gonna have 2 VAs in. So if we want to do it, he goes first, and then he gets to dip out, and then we get to swing it over to the VAs. But the mentors have been asking. We had Nick Spiller do the last one, and it went well.
Either way, give me a briefing and touch
Perfect.
base offline at a different time. But it sounds good. The Josh
Perfect.
Pop in is a consistent thing. We love the pop in.
Right, everything pop in.
We love the pop in. Josh and I meeting there for like 15 minutes.
Right,
If we
literally.
be somewhere for no more than 15 minutes, he's like extremely happy.
Right, we're like no speech, just a hello.
Yeah, right. Hello, how's it all going in here? So effectively, he never wants to go first because he wants to walk in and say, how did it all go?
Yeah.
And what's going on in here?
Perfect.
You know what I mean?
Okay. That's why I told Michelle I was going to see you today. So I was like, let me indulgence, see if it's something that is possible.
He never wants to be like, oh, by the way, this is what Capital Factory is and what we're doing and blah, blah, blah. Here's what we're doing here today. Just not what I've been doing with that.
Exactly.
He wants to show up and say, how's it all going?
Hey,
Did it go well?
hey,
What do you guys like?
mentors.
What do you guys not like?
Right. Okay, perfect.
So
Like,
either
we will
way-
definitely formulate it like that.
Either way, shoot me some details.
Definitely. It's like, it's not hard to think
Yeah, of course.
We're like, let's.
We are here. You know what day we concert is?
It's every first Thursday of the month at 12 o'clock.
February? First one in February?
Yes, it's every time.
Yeah.
But anytime we do it, it's like in a big year, it's first and in March, whatever's easiest.
Do you guys need any help with anything?
We're gonna
Yes, we need. Table back? Sure.
And that one, and then we're good. I'm just gonna put this. Good.
Or is it, do we know which chairs? Do we bring chairs? We brought those leather funky.
Yeah, just the leather chairs, I know for sure.
That's like, we'll figure it out.
I know a bunch of these chairs break all the time, so it's like, yeah.
Dude, that's, I didn't think
It's
about it.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Right now, literally.
Yeah, see, today people like multiple teams crammed into one. Like there were like two girls each are single or solopreneurs, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
But going forward, they're all going to be having where to go and 10-minute breakdown.
So we'll have 16 in total next time then?
It should, no, it should be 8. It should be 12 total. 12, okay. Okay, yeah. This one was ready to go. Now you're ready to go. Let's do the hard one. Yeah, right? Let's move on.
You tell me negative difference. You tell me negative difference with the tables. Alright, yeah, you're right. Let's do this one.
You can blame me.
No worries.
Something burns down here. Something explodes.
Where's Josh go?
Well, I'll take that. Whatever pieces left there, first, take yours. And then second, Eli, take yours. And then once the girl lands back, you curve it like, okay. Perfect. That looks good. Awesome. Do you need anything else?
No? We're awesome, dude. Thank you.
One with Keisha. Am I taking that right? Keisha, am I taking that right?
Yes, sorry, I didn't hear you.
No, you're all good. You're all good. Have a great week. We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, see you next week.
Thanks, team.
Okay, if you want some pizza?
Second slice.
You want cheese? You're a cheese guy, right? Perfect. You're getting two.
Do you want the sauce?
Appreciate it.
This is Isha. She's
so I think they're continuing something tomorrow, but I don't know for sure.
You was gonna say, can you read those boxes?
So yeah.
Yeah, you already know.
Appreciate you. I'll come back. But again, I don't need to. Bye, everyone.
No, yeah, you good. I'll come back around anyway, but I can always check it twice.
Okay, alright.
Whatever you need.
Appreciate you.
you go.